G'day, I'm Scott Gibbons and I'm here with Jono Sills. His name's John, but he loves Jono. And he's the National Sales Manager for Nova Caravans. That's an incredible job that you're doing, because you're up here with us in the Hawkesbury today, and you're also running another function down at Bendigo.
Another show at Bendigo, yeah.
Another show at Bendigo. He's just all over the place. Now tell me, with Nova, this is an amazing van. What's the difference between Nova and other caravans?
Oh, look, probably to start with is our wall construction. We have two types. So we have what we call a Pro-L wall. So they're all sandwich walls. The Pro-L wall has an aluminium exterior, which is white in colour. Or if you're looking at the Terra Sports like this, you're looking at the Pro-L Plus walls, which is full fiberglass. And you'll notice it comes in the light grey colour instead of the white.
Right.
So that's probably one of your major differences. Probably one of the biggest things people see when they look at our vans is how many standard features are standard.
Yeah.
Because there's nothing worse than going to purchase something yourself and you've got to pay an extra $10,000 or $20,000 to spec it up. So we're more of, all right, this has got everything in it, what don't you want?
Yeah, that's very, very good. Now, going back to the walls, when you say they're sandwich, that has a benefit because it has the insulation built in?
Yes, that's right. So basically, both varieties of walls, they've got strengtheners built into the walls for like our furniture overhead cupboards and those sort of things. Basically, they're lifted on with a crane. And by the way, they're both made in Australia. Both sets of walls.
The walls are Australian,
yeah.
Australian made, yeah. Because this is a family-owned business, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So Nova's family-owned, Australian-owned.
Yep.
And that's gold.
So Robert and Louise Cataldo, who own Nova Caravans, Robert's been in the industry since 1978. He started Nova Caravans in 2006. And in the recent years, we've had both of his daughters. I live here in Victoria.
That's family.
Join the family. So
that's good.
It'll keep going on for a long time. But look, we're a very tight community at Nova. As you are aware, we won Manufacturer of the Year again.
Bravo.
Which actually makes us the most awarded caravan manufacturer in Australia.
The most awarded caravan manufacturer in Australia. The most awarded. That's just an incredible title.
A lot of hard work.
Yeah.
A lot of... look, even every time they do have this, and it's done through the Caravan Industry Association of Victoria, it is the highest award you can get. It's not an advertising award by simply let's pay for some more advertising and get an award from the magazine. It's done legit. They go right through the business. And even the other previous years when we've won, we've still learnt from that and we've moved forward from that as well. So it's a big honour. As you can see it, we've got it plastered everywhere.
Yeah.
And a very, very proud moment when that happens too, because of all the hard work that's gone into it.
So what you're saying with those walls, though, is that where people are normally looking at a timber caravan, timber frame caravan, or an aluminium frame caravan, you don't have either of those.
No.
Because the wall is the structure.
That's exactly right. It's one piece.
One piece.
We actually got to be crane. We actually lift the wall onto the chassis, which we didn't actually expect to do when we first started, but when it takes 5 or 6 people to lift the wall, obviously that takes time.
Because you're doing the whole side of the van.
Exactly. So what we did was we invested on a very expensive crane, and basically the crane now lifts the walls on as well.
Gee, that's good.
Yeah.
And so that means that there is more rigidity, the insulation is built in, and all your power and whatnot is easier to chase through.
Well, that's right, because we can't run, obviously, wiring through the walls, so it's all actually hidden internally.
Yeah.
Now, I know you've been looking at our vans for a couple of hours and you still can't find the wiring.
No.
Okay, I'll actually tell you where it is. See that panel behind here?
Yeah.
That's your wiring.
Very good.
And then it's all hidden at the back of the cupboards and everything.
Yeah.
I've only actually had one person ever pick it out. There was a lady, by the way.
Yeah.
She said, "Is this where all your wiring is?" And I said, "Very good."
Very good.
So,
very good.
No, look, it's technology. If you look at globally, and of course we are behind Europe, whether it's cars or boats or caravans or what have you. Everything in Europe's constructed a little bit different because it's lightweight, where with our Australian roads, obviously it's a little bit different. But over in Europe and that, they haven't built timber frame vans in 30 years.
Right.
We spent a long time looking for these type of walls, and we've used them now for about 5 years.
And they're Aussie.
And we're not looking back either.
Isn't that terrific? So what happens as far as the caravans themselves? This one you were saying has everything basically, all the bells and whistles are done.
Yes.
And yet the people can still do little changes. If they want the chairs that are here on that side, they can do that.
That's
so
correct.
You've still got flexibility.
And the people you just met about 10 minutes ago who ordered one of these, so what they're doing is they don't want a club lounge, they want a cafe dinette.
Yeah.
But obviously if I build a cafe dinette, this table's going to be so wide.
Yeah.
So what I'm doing is right behind you, I'm going to put a double slide out pantry.
Yeah.
Right? And then that'll make this a little bit shorter, and we can cater for most people.
See, that's good. You're talking to a manufacturer who listens. That's what you want. Someone who listens to what you want, and then you get what you want. But this is incredible. This has got a terrific suspension on it. Tell us about the suspension.
Yeah.
This is a Terra Sports. Now, the Terra Sports comes with, as we were saying, all the bells and whistles.
Yes.
But tell us about the suspension and the chassis.
Okay, so we work very closely with Alco, which, as you may or may not be aware, they're the biggest suspension supplier in the entire world. It's not just trailers and caravans, it's different trucks in Europe and those sort of things. What people don't understand is that all of Alco's suspensions are made right here in Australia. You love that, made in Australia.
Aussie.
So you're actually seeing the brand new Alco Enduro airbags. This is the first release since the Sandown show. So that's why we brought this van up here to show people. It's actually a little bit higher than the old control rider we were using. Yeah. But the big thing is we're 130 kilos lighter.
130 kilos lighter.
Yes.
Now, when you say it's higher, but when you pull it in, you can press the button and lower it down. Yep. So it lowers down. So even though it's an off-road caravan that's got very great height, when you want to get in or out, it lowers down. The other thing you were telling me is that when you hitch it up, it picks the height that is correct for it to tow at.
Yeah, so basically it's a stage 4 automatic airbag system. So when you hook it up to your vehicle, it's a matter of just hitting the on button, flipping 2 knobs into auto, and it will self-level itself.
Self-level.
So when you get to where you're going, obviously you don't want the van too high to get in and out, manually override and just drop it down.
And then it will self-level as well. So if you're parked in a caravan park that's a bit slopey, or you're free camping and it's a bit wobbly, this will self-level.
Self-level itself.
Isn't that genius? That's genius. So you don't have to have all your little leveling things and get the wife out or get the husband out, get the partner out, and they've got none of that. That's all gone.
Pour the beer in a glass and make sure it doesn't pour out one side.
That's genius.
Now, the other thing too is, and once again, this is a safety factor, is we're running disc brakes. Now, not many manufacturers run disc brakes.
On all 4 wheels?
All 4 wheels.
All 4 wheels have disc brakes.
We've got, in the Terra Sports, the dust reduction system. You've got lithium. You've got all your solar panels. You've got everything you need for an off-road caravan. And that's what it is. It is an off-road caravan. It's a dedicated off-road caravan. So, realistically, the Terra Sports has been around for 10 years now. It's gone through its different stages. And then we decided in the year 2000, let's take it to a new level. And that's what we did with the airbags and the disc brakes.
And then tell me about the comfort, because the bed is terrific.
Most of our designs, they're all full-length beds, 6'2", and you'll notice there's probably about 18, 20 inches around that bed. So if you're a particular tall person, I'll just put a 6'5" mattress in. You've still got at least 12 inches to walk around the bed, so you have got a lot of room.
That's really good. Now, your dealers, because Caravans in Windsor, New South Wales, have just become a dealer.
Yes.
And Caravans are just extraordinary people because they know their product, their salespeople are super friendly, and they're great people to deal with. And they find Caravans, you just go to caravans.com.au, caravans.com.au, or go to their phone number 02 4577 5577, 02 4577 5577. They will answer all your questions, but tell me more about the manufacturing process, because it seems that you've got superb caravans, but you've got different models. You've got this model, which is totally off-road, but then you've got other ones. If people don't want to be off-road and they want to go more to semi-off-road or more to touring,
we started our Metrolink model. From there, which is our entry-level model. From there, we go to our Bravos and our Family Escapes. Obviously, the Family Escapes are family caravans. And then, obviously, we've got our Terra Sports. Probably one of the most popular upgrades for the Metrolinks and the Bravos is what we call our Z Series pack, which is an off-road pack, but not with all the airbags and disc brakes. So it's still very, very popular. Probably about 75 to 80% of sales in those two models alone. Everyone gets the Z Series.
Really?
The three people who are just signing up at the moment, two are Bravo single axles, and the third one's a 20'6" Bravo. All three are on Z Series.
Isn't that fabulous? That's fabulous.
It's a big country, you know, people don't want to have limitations. They want to, what is down that track?
Yeah.
What is down that road? And when you do meet people, they'll, especially when they're coming the opposite direction, they'll tell you where to go when you're heading north, and you'll tell them where to go when you're heading south, because you've crossed over one another, which is an important thing too.
The important part is comfort, and you'll find that the bedroom's comfortable. The kitchens are just terrific. The bathrooms are a major. They're a feature just by themselves.
Yes.
So if you want something comfortable, then you get a Nova. And just go to paravans.com.au, 02 4577 5577. They will look after you. You're terrific. You've got a flight to catch because you're going back to Melbourne, so we're going to cut I could talk to you for hours because you were just so good. You were so good. So 02 4577 5577. Go to Paravans, get your Nova, because they are just an exquisite van.
And for more information, just go on to novacaravans.com.au.
novacaravans.com.au. You're terrific. Thanks, Jono.
Scotty. Lovely to meet you, mate.
Good, mate.
Bye-bye.